Hey everyone, it's Word here with another video, and I'd just like to say, I really thank you guys all so much for the support. We're running this army again in Legends, and it did really well yesterday for me, so I'm running it again for you guys. I'd just like to say, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this army, if you're running any other Root Rider army, or what you're going to be using this season, to be honest. And I'd really appreciate if you just dropped a sub to me. I spent a lot of time making these videos, and to get support back really means a lot. So I really appreciate it. And if you guys just keep it up, that'd mean the world to me. But this is what we're going to be running. The rocket balloons are really, really helpful to help funnel your royal champion into her charge. And you got a little bit of a longer charge as well. So that also really helps get some nice value to set up your root riders. And then the Eternal Tome right here with the Rage Gem helps your troops speed up enough to not time fail while still having the Eternal Tome through like the second Rage Tower, let's say, or whatever it might be. The Queen's got her nice double epic equipment. The King as well to run the outside. You can use the Earthquake Boots just as easily if that's all you have. But this is what we're running. The Clan Castle's right here. And yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into the hits. Okay. Interesting hook already, I noticed in the core of the base, but this one it looks like I'm going to be going with the Troop Launcher. Let's see what we see. So we see the Giga Bomb over here on this side, so it looks like behind the Fire Spitters on both sides is my guess of where the bait is. So, you know what? This is interesting. I think what I'm going to try and do is maybe push my way into the hook tower. I think that would be some pretty good value. So the easiest way to do that would be sniping out this mortar to kind of push my world champion naturally in. She'll do that. I wanted to take down that air defense, but I just don't think I will. And honestly, that's okay. She's going to naturally make her way in unless these skeletons do pull her out, which they do. I guess that's all right, though. Fox is going to follow. I'm going to double cycle right here. There's my Quake. I'm just going to try and take down this and the mortar because that would let my royal champion turn back, I think, towards the hook, but she might keep going towards the expo. Yeah, so I misjudged that a bit, but that's okay. I'll get one more double cycle right here, which is some pretty good value getting in towards the monolith, and then we should get the hook tower anyway. So we're going to get a really nice charge right here, and I'll be going into the spitters, which usually isn't the, plan you want to do, but I'm going to kind of come in behind this one, use my queen to try and funnel me here. I'm going to get the healers in. And yeah, going to be a really nice skeleton spell kind of off rip on this one. I know the ice golem was coming in, so maybe that was a little bit of a waste. But I just didn't want my king to get absolutely roasted right here as I use him. And I'll probably be using the overgrowth onto... okay, archers are going right where you finish off, obviously. We talked about this yesterday. But I'll probably be using the overgrowth onto the fire spirit that I'll be facing. On this one, I'm going to go right here with the ward ability because all these guys were kind of getting weak. Plus, yep, there's my overgrowth under the fire spitter. And I got a bunch of rocket balloons in here now, just checking for any kind of traps. So far nothing's come out, which is really nice. I'll be going in with the baby dragon because I have two headhunters that I'm probably going to be using at the top side. A couple rocket balloons coming in here, just really flying forward to just check for some traps. Still nothing, which is really nice. And yeah, I'm going to go with the double headhunter right here. I was waiting for the baby dragon to tank. And I got to keep these healers up, so I'm just going to kind of continue watching. Now I can get a nice rocket balloon in right there. Just going to keep testing in front of the healers with the rocket balloons. They don't get much value after the charge, so that's kind of the best thing you can do with them is checking for any traps for your healers. So that's what we do, and it looks like we're going to kind of dog walk this base. Yeah, it looks like we're doing pretty well. I'm going to try and get a minion in here for the clan castle, but we got two abilities. 3, I think, healers alive with the rage gems, so they're doing plenty of healing. And I'll pop my queen ability just to get the giant out front tanking right here, so my warden can definitely stay alive. But this base is absolutely crushed. I did not need it. And with the DPS, we'll get down the archer tower so we can swag the king ability. But once again, I'll pop it at 93 to get me into the next attack. And yep, right here we'll pop it. Hit every building that's left. A nice 3-star, and let's keep it rolling. All right, jumping into this one. And yeah, as I mentioned, it's just, I always enjoy staying off meta, Nobody can bait you when you're using something that the other people are not. And yeah, I just find it very, very helpful to kind of do the things that nobody else is doing. But yeah, on this one, I'd like to maybe kind of get a nice charge through this whole section and then push into this crusher mortar, but I'm not really sure how well I'll be able to kind of take all of that down. But what I'm going to try and do right here is snipe out this expo, because if I can take on the expo, that does allow my world champion to make some nice clean pathing after eventually I get into the ricochet cannon towards the fire spitter. I guess I should, make sure, first of all, I don't go to this mortar. I didn't think she'd go to the wizard tower that quickly, so that was a little bit slow on the rocket balloons by my part. I definitely could have done that faster, but regardless, we're in here. I'm going to pop the haste. That might have been early and ambitious, because sometimes you'll run into the tornado trap, but I was pretty confident that I hadn't found it yet, so I wasn't going to find it, but could have been risky right there. And to be honest, leaving that mortar or cannon up isn't that bad because it makes a nice approach into this one. I'm going to try and help on this Tesla right here. If I can just take it down a little bit quicker. Maybe okay, she's still going to go outside the base right here. I'm going to single cycle right here. I did take a mortar shot into my Fox, but yeah, slowly take this stuff down. I'm hoping I can get the Fire Spitter. That was my goal. Don't think I quite will, but I can make my approach directly behind it, which isn't too bad. Gonna come out right here with the, whatever you call it, recall. And yeah, we're going to be entering right here with my roots. All right, everything's coming in. Queen's right here just to try and funnel out these gold mines in time. I don't think I did. Looks like my Valks are going to be pushing outside the base. Okay, never mind. They turn back in, and now the king comes in to push my queen in. So we're looking really nicely, to be honest. And the warden ability should be good. I know it's not through the Giga Bomb, which would have been nicer, but there was a little bit more value on this side because of where my charge went. But I should get a nice warden ability regardless right here. I was going to lose a healer, and I want to give a chance for my healers to heal everything back up. So that's why I popped it when I did. Skeleton spell right here because that multi's about to die, and it's fully jammed up anyway at this point. And yeah, I'm going to pop the overgrowth right here. I was thinking about hitting the town hall, but I do have some troops on it. So if I wasn't in a good spot to take it down, it's nice to overgrowth it because then you're not going to take unnecessary damage. But since I was in a good spot to take it down, I let myself take it down right there. Honestly, one minion's going to do some decent work. Never mind, off the ricochet cannon. I think it's pretty healthy, so I don't think this rocket balloon will get it because, yep, the builder hut will come back up. But even 3 or 4 shots from the rocket balloon is still better than, nothing. So I might as well use it. And I got all my healers alive with these roots, so there's no question of 3-starring. Obviously, the poison tower triggering right there is even more helpful. But yeah, we're going to be 3-starring this base. This is the value. Actually, I'll save the rocket balloon. I was going to show you kind of sending it from this angle onto the poison or onto the scatter shot would test for traps in the way of my healers, which is kind of the value. But I wanted to use it up there. Turns out it didn't do anything, so would have been better off using it like that. But yeah, another 3-star. Honestly, staying away from the bait's huge, and that's what I've been able to do with this army because of the help of the rocket balloons. And yeah, we've been able to get charges very cleanly, no traps, and kind of charge this whole compartment, the top side, and a bit. Like, that's just a crazy, crazy Royal Champion charge. So another 3-star, and let's finish the day. All right, and we've got, interesting base right here with the Invis Tower. Okay. This is a very interesting base. I don't really like how I'm going to have to approach this one. Okay, I really got to think about this. I think what I'm going to try and do is maybe save an Invis so I can use it to trigger with the skeleton spell, that Invis compartment, because I'll have to warden through this Rage Tower, and then with a freeze onto the Fire Spitter multi-monolith, if I can push in there, I think I'll be fine. So yeah, what I'm going to try and do right here, as I've been doing, kind of funnel my RC with the help of these rocket loons, and I'm trying to just push my RC down to the bottom here without any problem. So it looks like we do that. She kind of funnels that direction easily right here. And yep, I'm going to have to pop this Invis. Oh, that's the skeleton spell. No, that's bad. No, I can't trigger the Invis Tower. Shoot, that was my bad. Now I got to think of what to do differently. Okay. Shoot, that was my plan to trigger that right there. That's really bad. I think I might have to use the log launcher now to trigger that, but I don't know if it'll even get it in time. Oh man, that's really bad by me. Can't believe I just did that. One rocket balloon to help tank the shots from this multi-archer tower. And I got to get in right here with the World Champion. Oh, she's going for the Town Hall. I'll let her take it down right here. I'm going to lose the Fox, but that's fine with me. She's going in for the Town Hall. Okay, we get on the Town Hall. That's really nice. And then, to be honest, yeah, I want to enter in right here. The log launcher is a very tough choice, but I think it's really all I can do at this point. I don't really know a better way to get into this. I think I'll just go troop launcher. Kind of big ball this one. I don't like this approach at all. There's the warden ability because Crusher Mortar, Rage, all this stuff is just too much for me to get through. And yeah, I'll get the king even helping to funnel around right here. And what I think I'm going to try and do is take out the Fire Spirit that's facing me and the Invis Tower so I can get in there and take down some of these things. That's the goal. And the charge was pretty good on this one, but I don't know. I really don't like the path thing, so we'll see if I can get the 3-star, but I wouldn't say it's looking too good. Yeah, World Champion goes in and dies, which is never good. Oh, she might stay alive, to be honest. The healers might be able to get her. She's really weak. She's walking the line right here, but this Invis Tower is going to cause some huge problems, obviously, for me, but I think the boogers might be able to trigger it, which is nice. World Champion kind of turned back right here, but she's invisible again, so she's fine. I'll wall break in the Queen. Man, yeah, my World Champion dies right there, but I do got some kind of just junk troops getting in right there, Giants. All the Yetis ran out, which is not good. I got nothing now going back for the Monolith. But the Invis Tower is dead, which is the key right there. The Invis Tower is dead, so that's very nice. I'm going to get the Headhunter to help out on this side. I don't know if I'm quite going to get the Wizard Tower down. I think the Rocket Balloon's worth it. I was thinking about using the Rocket Balloon on the Monolith, but to be honest, I think I want to get this Wizard Tower down so I can continue cleaning up at this side of the base. So we're about to hit 93 right there. Now my Spiky Ball is going to go back and hit those things. And to be honest, I wasted the Skeleton spell. My plan was, as I mentioned, I was going to charge this whole side like I did, but then save an Invis and do the same thing with the exact same approach, but have a Skeleton and Invis to trigger the Invis Tower, and then my troops would have gotten in there and killed it instead of having to overgrowth it or whatever. But regardless, we get the 3-star, and let's keep moving on. Okay, hopping into the next one. Okay, we've got this really weird double Invis base. I'll show you how to approach these bases, honestly, with any kind of... Oh, this is Votin. This is a very good pusher. But this is how to approach this base kind of with any sort of Root Rider army. But I think mine specifically should work fairly well, actually. But you just drop the Skeleton and Invis like this because even if it hits the walls right here, it triggers the Skeleton or the Invis Tower, so it's no worries. And then I'm going to try and drop my World Champion around, 250, sort of emulating the 3 o'clock timing. But, I don't really know if I'm going to hit it exactly. And you can hit your first Invis a little later since the Skeleton spell is still kind of, doing some tanking for you. Actually, what I was going to try and say, but I was a little slow talking about it, is trying to snipe this air defense would be huge because that would let my Royal Champion dive into the Fire Spitter. So I think I actually got it right there. I'm going to go with no Invis right here, let her soak the multi-shots. And I don't think I'll need an Invis on this approach right here. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. The 0 cycle right there is actually crazy. Right now my Fox is lagging way behind, which I really don't like. And she might die, I'm not really sure. Look at her catch all the way back up. That's actually insane to me. I don't like hitting this Ice Golem, but I'm in on the Fire Spitter, so I do want to get the value while I'm here. So I'm going to double cycle, go get out the Fire Spitter, and I'm going to use the Warden ability kind of on this entry. Nice, took down the Ice Golem. So yeah, I want to use the Warden ability kind of right onto this entry since that's where all the damage is on this one. So I'm coming in with everything. That was a bit of a longer charge, so I do got to be a little careful right here. Warden ability is going to try and help me out, especially through this Giga Bomb. So that's kind of my key right here. I don't have anything for that other Invis Tower except just going in for it. So yeah, right here you're going to see I'm moving in. I actually just soaked the Giga Bomb on this one. I'm going to pop the Warden ability because my healers were getting targeted by that scatter shot, and I really don't want them to go down or lose too much health. So they're still going to take a couple shots, it looks like, after the Eternal Tome. Okay, nice. They're still over half health. That's not too bad for me. Gonna get in a bugger right there. And yeah, I think I'm trying to think of what the best option to do is. I think what I'm going to do is hit the overgrowth like this. Yep, nice. Okay, I wanted to get some of these defenses down. I think I did that very well. So I can take down most of them, and that Invis Tower won't be too scary. The only problem is that there's not a whole lot of time left on this attack because of how long that charge took. And I had to wait for the Invis Tower at the start, which doesn't help. But we're going to be trying our best right here. I think, yeah, I'm going to get a Headhunter right here for the Royal Champion, and there should be like 3 heroes I could drop my poison on. That'd be very nice if I could do that. But we'll kind of see. They should be coming out very shortly right here. There's the poison on the Minion Prince because he shouldn't move now that other stuff's coming, and I got the King with him, so that's good. Two heroes with 1 poison I'm fine with. And yeah, it looks like we're turned around right here. Yeah, this is going to be kind of slow, but I'm kind of hoping my Spiky Ball can carry me through this because he still has that ability. Man, it's going to be very close on time, so I'm going to be waiting until my Spiky Ball can hit everything that's left because it'll kill the Builder Hut. And then I'm kind of, in a sense, just hoping my, the help of this Rocket Balloon can go get the rest of this. And it looks like my Queen will run over in time, so we're going to get this 3-star, which is nice. A little bit sketchy, but I mean, we kind of did overkill it, just close on the time. But well done, and let's keep it rolling. Okay, into the next one. We've got an Invis Rage kind of stacked together right here. And this is, we're halfway through the day. This is where it's really important not to kind of lose focus, but continue, making the right decisions and pushing hard. Honestly, on this one with the Giga Bomb, I'm thinking these 2 compartments are really baited. And seeing how tight together the buildings are, like by the King, and there's 1 tiles everywhere, they're not baiting this whole charge down the middle because of the pathing. But because I have Rocket Balloons, I can kind of snipe these out right here and get into where most people can't. So that's what's huge about this army, right? It can't be baited because it's such a long RC charge. I'm actually going to pop another Invis right there just to prioritize for health. I think that was a bad Rocket Balloon because... Okay, never mind, it wasn't. I thought it might have been, but there's a really nice Quake. I hope that Tesla doesn't pull me out. Yeah, okay, it looks like we're good right here. Popping the Haste Vial because my Royal Champion's going to stay to the right where there can't be any more traps just based on the amount of tiles. I don't think she's going to dive in, though, which is a little unfortunate. Okay, no, she does. That's actually insane. Right here, I'm going to do single cycle. I'm going to take a shot. Okay, I thought maybe from the town hall. I don't think my fox is going to save me right here, but yeah, I shouldn't have let it try it. I should have just kept him alive. But regardless, yeah, we're going to be entering directly right here. There's the king. And yeah, we're entering right here with absolutely everything. I'm going to poison the furnace right here, which I should have done a second ago. Skeleton spell's pretty good on the approach. Honestly, it's going to be letting the crusher mortar crush into my troops. So I don't know if it was amazing, but I mean, it's definitely all right because of the fact that, you know, it's distracting the ricochet cannon as well. But I did have the warden ability planned for early right here, but my roots are looking pretty healthy. I'm just keeping an eye on them. I'm ready to warden ability if my healers start to take damage because the balloons haven't quite come out yet, so I'm not really tanking amazingly yet. Now I'll pop the warden ability just because there's a decent amount of damage. That's where I'm going to pop my overgrowth to try and push my troops toward the town hall and then back together with the roots. I think they should group together right here. Kind of up to my royal champion. She may die, to be honest. Okay. She does stay alive. Yeah, my king's kind of getting ruined by this monolith on the outside, but the royal champion goes down, which usually isn't great, so we'll kind of see how this one ends up. But I still think we're looking all right because we got the queen with full health healers and kind of a couple roots. Looks like 3 or 4. I think 3 right there stacked up. And yeah, to be honest, the 3 roots is not a ton. Like, there's, you know, many armies with way more roots than that. But I do think because you get the help of the rocket balloons, which are really good for funneling, like this base, right? No one can make that approach into the base like I do. So, you know, 4 roots and 4 Valks are definitely plenty. You know, it might be less than you're accustomed to, but I don't think you should shy away from it because it does allow you to have other things in the army that you wouldn't be able to otherwise, and I think they're extremely valuable. To be honest, this one's going to be kind of close getting into the multi-archer tower, but with 40 seconds, I know that'll get down in time, so I'm kind of looking at this bottom side. I don't want to drop the minion where it's just going to die to the multi-archer tower right here, but I think the giant will clear this with the help of, you know, the real queen. That's because the other ones are going to fade here, but there's more defense or buildings up here since the giant and queen should go to the south, and I can't place it on the Tesla, the minion on the Teslas anyway. So I put it up top right here, and we should get this one in time. It was a little close, but that was because I didn't recall my fox, and maybe I should use the warden ability earlier and I definitely should have sent the headhunter earlier because my RC lost over half her health to the king right there. But nonetheless, another 3-star with this army, and we're making stuff that you can't do with any other army, so that's what you got to do. Stay off meta, and let's keep it rolling. All right, so double rage right here is interesting. And I see the Gigabomb by the monolith, so it almost makes me want to charge one of these rage towers, to be honest with you. I really do want to. I think I'm going to use the kind of purpose of my... Yeah, I think I'm going to go use the purpose of these rocket balloons kind of to help me walk along this wall. Because, yeah, if I can walk right here kind of tight to this path, there's not that many giant bombs I could face. I might be going to the ricochet cannon next, though, which wasn't the plan. But actually, maybe not. This archer tower might have helped pull me in. Because, yeah, right here, I'm kind of walking this thin line where there's not too many traps. There could be tornado traps, so I'm just waiting. Because if I pop my haste directly into it, it's just completely wasted. So, just being patient right here. If it's not right here, okay, now I'll pop. Because I do have to use it on the charge, the haste vial. It's just not very good in the middle of the attack. But here we go, continuing to charge into the base. I'll probably get down both these Expos and call it a day. Yeah, I will get this one down. It's worth it. I'm right here, and it'll get built right back up. So might as well. I'm going to enter directly into the Crusher Mortar just to help out, kind of get it down nice and early while I'm still under all my healers. Raged up healers, everything kind of stacked together. Just do that before, you know, Clan Castle comes out, anything like that. So now I'll get my Royal Champion in a little bit of an off angle to try and really keep her alive. Now comes the Troop Launcher. Going to get a Headhunter in while she's distracted on the booger. And there we go. Ice Golem pops really nicely. Kind of gives my healers a chance to catch up because it did take some hefty damage kind of at the start of that one. I got to wall break my queen back in with the rest of the army right here, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to be trying to get the warden ability through this rage tower, but also the rage tower does just have a lot of damage. So I will be needing to pop the warden ability shortly here. I'll pop it right here as we enter the rage tower, and then if I need to, I can use this overgrowth to kind of stop half of the rage tower, not let too much damage stack up on me at once. And I don't have a fox alive, so I probably shouldn't have wasted the skeleton spell because even if my royal champion goes that direction, she's going to die. You see her go that direction, but she's actually holding up. Maybe the skeleton spell was a good play right there. Yeah, I think it was, because she's going to get some pretty nice value. She does die to the monolith right here, but she got down the expo and kind of, you know, a lot of the king's health right here. So pop the queen ability just to help me get through this section that she's standing on top of very quickly. And to be honest, yeah, the royal champion did crush that compartment. So definitely good use of the skeleton spell right there. I thought it was kind of wasted, but We've crushed this base once again, you know, using the cleanup right here behind the Royal Champion. And I really do think this army is strong. I think there's probably better armies for Legend League, but I do think that this army is a great option, especially if you want to have some fun. You can't really be baited. But, you know, so far we're crushing bases, so it might be the best one. I might just be wrong about that. But let's keep it rolling. Uh-oh, I just noticed when hitting that attack right there, my super wall breaker just became like unavailable. I need to boost it again. Luckily it's only one and it wasn't my rocket balloons, but still that's a little unfortunate. And I still got to focus for this one because, you know, I think what I want to try and do is if I charge this wizard tower, I can kind of stay on this inside where there's one giant bomb spot. But if I can stay away from where the Royal Champion's currently standing, I think that's where more of the giant bombs would be. So I'm going to really try and make sure I can get my Royal Champion kind of into this whole compartment right there. I'll keep kind of funneling down the rest of this stuff and pushing her in. But there shouldn't be too many traps on this angle that I'm taking, which is very nice and why I use the rocket balloons to be able to help my Royal Champion path away from the bait, because if you don't, you're going to be stuck, you know, running by the Royal Champion pedestal right there, and I bet you there's definitely some traps right there. Okay, I wasn't sure where she would go, if she'd go towards the Town Hall or not, and that's what's scary about the haste is you don't have time to see, but she's going to do really well right here. I'm actually going to go back to a single cycle because I'll take a Crusher Mortar shot, but my Fox is still full HP, so I can, and it will let me get another invis right here, so... Yep, went back to the single cycle, and it looks like my Royal Champion will kind of duck and dive in right there, but then go for the Fire Spitter. I actually invised it, which was really bad and on me, so I'll recall right there. And what I like to do is go directly into all this damage, because I've got my Warden ability that will take me through it, so kind of going into the heavy damage first is definitely the play when you do have the Warden ability, or the Eternal Tome, I guess not just any Warden ability. Here I'm going to go with the Baby Dragon, because it'll tank the Royal Champion. And yeah, we're still moving pretty slowly through this, but I will have the Warden ability in a second. Right here, the Rage Tower pops, the Ice Golem goes off, so there's not too much damage. Now I'll pop it, because my Queen was just about to be targeted, so that looks like perfect time. My Queen sustains the Ricochet Cannon, the Giga Bomb, kind of got everything right there, to be honest with you. I'm actually going to overgrowth the Town Hall right here, because I wouldn't be in a good spot to take it down, so I'd take so many shots from it, and that's exactly what I was talking about, right? You know, I'd be taking so many shots from the Town Hall unnecessarily. Now I'm going to get the Skeleton Spell to try and help with the Expo, but mostly onto the Monolith right here, and that will definitely tank it while getting more value, so really well done. And even though my Royal Champion might jump ahead and die, and you might think now I'm in trouble on the Town Hall, I got my Queen with her ability locked into the core. She will never run out of the base because the roots will never open a wall to the outside, so that's really nice, and there's really no more base left, so... the good thing about the rocket balloons late like this one, we'll see, I might be able to pull any red mines if they do happen to be right there. But yeah, the boogers can pull red mines, but they can't pull black mines. So that's kind of the beautiful part of using balloons in your troop launcher, and with the rocket balloons on the back end if you don't end up using them, is to pull the Seeking Air mines that would clap your healers. So yep, there's one right there, speaking of it. But we're looking really, really good on this one, swagging 2 abilities and really showing off the power of using the rocket balloons right there. I stopped my Royal Champion from walking through this space. I let her walk through the walls and through the defenses where there can't be giant bombs. So yeah, just utilizing them very effectively right there. And let's get into the last one, because the day's not done yet. All right, I got my super wall breaker boosted, and you know what time it is, right? Last hit of the day. Job's not done yet, right? What's there to be happy about? So, you know, on this base, the best thing that I found is using the log launcher. Honestly, it's not a great approach. These bases can be the toughest for me, but it still does work in every time that I've tested it. So I'm still confident with the approach. I'm going to avoid the flame spinner because it kills your Fox, but I'm trying to find a way to get a nice charge through here. I really don't know. I think I got to start from here. Okay, I didn't get down the mortar because one of these went to the Tesla, but I want to let my Royal Champion go to the left, to be honest with you. Not sure if she's going to pop back to the side. It's the Ricochet Cannon, so I'll let her do her thing because I'm not really sure. I think she should go towards the Ricochet Cannon, but I just want to be certain before I spend too many spells. Okay, she does right there. And then I think she should go through the sweeper. But once again, don't want to be too confident. We'll let her choose. Yep, okay, she does. And I'm hoping she stays out to the bomb tower. Nicely done. I'm going to pop her haste right here. I don't want her to go to the core, because if she triggers that invis tower before I'm ready to get in there, that's not good. It'll regenerate. So, yeah, this is really nice, though. I think I'll get the fire spitter. Oh, she's running rampant. Okay, just got her out in time. That can be scary, but Furnace comes out, so I'll hit that. I thought she was done chasing the Clan Castle troops, but she does do that sometimes, so you do got to be a little bit careful. And once again, using the Baby Dragon comboed. Got to pay a little attention right here, though. Baby Dragon comboed with the, sorry, I'm trying to focus. Headhunters right there. And yeah, I think I might have been a little too slow with my log launcher because I don't think it'll trigger the Invis Tower in time for me, but it might because my roots do have a decent section to get through right here, so it might. I might be fine right here. We'll see. Looks like it should trigger in just a second. And I want to save my warden ability for the core because, yeah, raged up defenses do just so much work. There's the king ability that I was hoping would funnel me into the core. It didn't quite, but you know what? We're looking pretty good. I'm popping my warden ability right here just because I was hitting some black mines. There's some more, and I didn't want to lose all my healers. I'm probably going to drop the monolith in this, yep, just because it does a lot of damage raged up, and I might as well just wait till it's not being raged anymore to fight it, right? Turns out I didn't actually get the Archer Queen somehow, so I'm going to get another Headhunter in right there, and now we'll get it. But I lost my Queen or Royal Champion in the core, so I don't have too much left. My Queen's coming in to help out, but yeah, this one's looking a little bit close. I feel like we don't get this, which is, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. My Queen ability is going to go actually crazy right here, or it could. We'll see kind of how it ends up, what targets what, because yeah, good. The Ricochet Cannon is distracted, and the Monolith was distracted. If they both took out my Queens, I would have been in trouble, but that would have been really tough kind of pathing and unfortunate, so I'm glad that didn't happen. And we're going to get a 3-star right here, so you know what you got to do on the last attack. Stay focused, and we still got the 3-star pretty comfortably. I mean, we had our Queen kind of ability fully, you know, alive, so a nice 3-star and a nice 320, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this one, so I'll see you all tomorrow, and peace.